So when it comes to trading is like how to make money. When it comes to making money, we are having millions of ways you can make money. So what you are talking about, I don't use none of them. You get me? So I don't understand fair value gap. I don't understand order block. You get it? The way I trade, if you have followed me for some time, those who have followed me for long knows how I trade. I use support and resistances, understand the direction of the market with its market structure, trade on levels. That's all what I do. So I don't understand order block. I don't use it. So I don't understand fair value gap. I don't understand those things. You're welcome.
Okay, sir. Let me ask
Yes,
you.
sir.
If you're a new trader and you open a chart, so how will you know when to buy and when to sell?
When to buy and when to sell. So
Yeah,
before you be
because
able to know when to buy, when to sell, you need to have a system. You get it? You need to have a system. So as the guy was asking fair value gap and those things, you need to have a playbook. You get it? You need to understand the fundamental aspects of trading and understand the technical aspects of trading too as well. So when it comes to the fundamental aspect of trading, the fundamental aspect of trading is when you mostly consider the economic events, the political events, those things. You consider them, but mostly you are going to be seeing those things when you watch Forex Factory. This site is very common. It is mostly used by a lot of traders. Okay, so that's where you are going to be seeing these economic events. You get it? So you need to understand the economic event, the various economic events like GDP. You need to be able to understand interest rates. You need to be able to understand CPI or inflation data. You need to be able to understand retail sales, okay, the retail data. That does not mean, what I'm trying to say does not mean you have to just be like, you have to be economist before you be able to just understand the basic like information about it and its impact on the assets you are trading. You get it? So when it comes to retail sales, what's the impact on maybe the dollar? What's the impact on the currency or the instruments or the assets you are trading? You need to understand that. And when it comes to the technical analysis too, you need to understand price movement, historic price movement. You get it? What has happened in the past? So these candles that you are seeing over here, you need to understand chart. This is a type of chart. It's just a representation of what? Price action. It's just a representation of price activity or market activities, what is happening in the market. So you need to be able to understand that. But for you to be able to understand that, you need what you call what? System. You get it? You need what is called system. You need to understand the patterns. You need to understand the structures of the market, the direction of the market, for you to be able to what? Understand where price is going to move. Either price is going to move up, either price is going to move down. So a lot of people have developed a lot of system or strategies on how to determine if price is going to move down or if price is going to move down. So that's why it's very important you have someone who is already doing it. You follow that person's way of determining if price is going to move down, if price is going to move down up, then what? You model the person's strategy or system. So it is not like a day something. Okay, if you are new to trading, it is not something like a day. You are not going to understand it a day. It takes time. So that's why mostly I organize this training. I teach people how, when they come to the market, how they'll be able to read the market, how they'll be able to read if price is going to move up, if price is going to move down. That is why I mostly do this training for those things. So you need to understand this major concept that I talk about, the fundamental aspects and the technical aspect. So the technical aspect is when you mostly bring up the various technical tools. You understand price action, you understand the various support and resistance levels, the trend lines, you get it. Understand those things for you to be able to make an informed decision. So it's not like a day something. You get it? It is not like a day something. You need to understand how to read charts. When you come to the market, how are you going to know who is dominating the market? Is it buyers who are dominating the market? Is it sellers who are dominating the market? You need to be able to understand. Okay? You need to be able to understand by reading the markets. So that's what I will tell you about. So you need to be able to understand how to read price before you be able to do that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so those who are not aware, if you want to learn how to trade, I'm currently going to be having training, which is going to be, by next week, we are going to be having training. So if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to understand how to read price, those who have joined my training before will attest to the fact that what we teach over there is something like valuable. The value that I mostly share over there is what is something that you are not going to get it anywhere. So if you are serious and you want to understand how to read, how to be able to, if you are serious on how to understand how the market moves, I think this training is best for you. You get it? This training is best for you. So if you are serious on how to you want to take this skill, you want to understand how this market moves, how to be able to read price, how some people analyze the market to know, oh, now price is going to move up, price is going to move down, then I think this training is for you. So if you are serious, kindly book your seats. I have the details over there. Kindly register and be part of it. At least you are going to you're going to open your mind to see when you come to the market, what exactly are you going to be looking for? Who is in control? Which participants are in control? Let's do some back testing sessions to those who are saying when they come to the market, what exactly should they be looking for? So before I start my analysis, so you see, when it comes to how to analyze the market, it is different from everyone. You get it? It is different from everyone. Everyone sees the market differently. So that's what you need to understand. So this is how I mostly analyze the market when it comes to how I see the market, determine when to buy, when to sell. So first of all, I will identify the various levels. You get it? I'll identify the various reactional levels. I'll identify the various levels that if price get there, it's going to be very difficult. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'll identify the various levels on when price get there, it's going to be very difficult for price to react on. Okay, so these are the various levels. So I will start from the high time frame, which is the monthly. So these are the valid levels. So you see, we're having a lot of turning points over here. But you have to know which one is valid. Okay, you have to know which one is valid. So at this point, this is the valid one. You get it? This is the valid one. So if you move to the weekly time frame, we identify the various levels again, because these are the levels that you are going to be taking action on. These are the levels that you are going to be executing on. You get it? So there's another level over here. There's another level over here. This is the valid levels. So when it comes to the weekly time frame, this is the levels that these are the valid levels. So moving to the daily time frame, we need to identify the valid levels. Then when price get there, it's going to be very difficult for price. I call them reactional levels. So then we move to the 4-hour time frame. We have to identify the various levels too as well. So these are the various. So currently, if you watch this candle, since this candle has broken below, this level is no more valid. This is the valid level. This is another valid level. This is another valid level. Okay, so this is where I will end the various levels. I'm going to be targeting the higher time frame zones. So after you are done with it, you will check the time. So this is what, if you watch this candle is what? Asian session. Okay, it is an Asian session candle. So with this analysis, you are not going to be trading the Asian session. London and New York. So 18 is around 6 p.m. GMT. So we are not going to be trading the Asian session. So this is also Asian session. Okay, so this is also what? Asian session. So at this point, this will be the valid level. So these are the valid levels. But before that, you need to check the trend. If you watch this market, you notice that the market is what? An uptrend. So if you want to understand how I draw my levels, if you want to understand how to identify the various identify the trend. Okay, if you want to identify the trend, I think the training is best for you. So the trend is what? An uptrend at this point. Price is doing more of what? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. So the trend at this point is what? An uptrend. Uptrend means what? Buyers are dominating the market. Okay, there was more buying pressure. So you don't have to go opposite of what the market is doing. You need to look for a buy. So at this point, this level is where I'm going to be looking for the buy. This level is where I'm going to be looking for my. Let me readjust this one. So these are the various levels I'm going to be looking for a buy on. Okay, so then I'll move to the H1 time frame and see what time is this. This is 5 a.m. Let's move to the lower 30 minutes. What time is this? This is 5:30. So you see price is currently pulling back. So at this point, I want price to pull back on this level. Then I'll be looking for what? A buy. Okay, price to pull back on this level before I'll be looking for a buy. What time is this? 6 o'clock. So at this point, I can't buy over here because this level is not that strong for me. Okay, this level is not that strong for me. So I would love price to come back to this level. Then I will look for what? My trade. So let's see. Okay, so the level rejected price, the level that I said it's not strong, rejected price, that's fine. Okay, because I wanted price to come to this level rather. But since it's what? Rejected on this level, I'm cool with it. This is not a level I mostly love taking trades on. So it's okay. I missed the trade. Okay, this is 6:30. So let's see if price will still come back again to the level. So it got to the target you were anticipating price to come here and take. It got to the target. So this is 8:15. So as price is doing this one, I'm not interested in any of the moves. Okay, this is 8:45. So this is what? 9:15. That means what? The H4 candle has closed. So let's move to the H4. So this is how the H4 candle closed at 6. Okay, so it's still bullish. So let's see if price will come to this level that you were targeting. So price is still not coming to the level. So you see, currently, this is also a level that we can take a buy on. Okay, but let's look at how the higher time frame is looking at. So when you look at the higher time frame, we have this rejectional level over here. Okay, and there was clean zone 2 over here. So these are the various levels I'm going to be looking for a buy on. So let's see, price has currently pulled back over here. Yeah, so at this point, what time is this? This is 12 p.m. Okay, by looking at this one, if I take a buy over here, price is currently close to this level. So this one will be like 15 pips. Taking 15 pips as your zone on gold is something small. Okay, so at this point, I will not love taking a buy. But let's see, I would love price to maybe pull back again. Then see if I'll take a buy. Even though price moved, but the zone is very strong. The zone is very small. So this is where I would have taken the buy. But the zone is very small for me. Okay, the zone is very small. So it's a mixed trade. Let's see if price can pull back again. Then we take the buy. You see this one, price just broke, pull back on this level. You get it? So at this point, it's the same thing that I'm looking for because you are in volume time. This was a breakout. Okay, price just broke out from the zone. At what time? 12:45. Okay, it has pulled back again. So this is one. That means another H4 candle has closed. Let's see how the H4 candle closed. So this is how the H4 candle closed. Okay, this is how the new H4 candle closed. What time is this? This is 1. Okay, this is 1. We are still in what? New York Stock Exchange session. So price is just not giving us an entry. Price is also close to the level again, so I can't take a buy. Price was still close to the level. So let's say that day I didn't get any trade over here. You get it? I didn't get any trade over here because of the time frame that I'm using. Okay, so I think this time frame gave, this one was close to the zone. So I wouldn't have taken, please can you hear me? Can you people hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Zanyo,
You are loud and clear.
you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. So this one too was close. So at that day, let me check the H1 time frame. I wouldn't have gotten any trade unless maybe the 5-minute time frame. I think the zones were very small. The zones were very small. Let me see if I'll be able to. So I can't access the 5-minute chart. So the zones were very small. So let's move to another day. So what day is this? Wednesday, 1st March 2023. What time? Okay. So let's fast forward price. What time is this? So this is Asian session. What time is this? Okay. So with this candle, the closure of this candle, I don't know whether the daily time frame level is still valid. So we have another zone over here. Price just pulled back on what? The daily zone. Let's see if the daily zone is still valid. Okay. So the daily zone is no more valid because the candle has pulled back and broken below. So this is no more valid. This one has not closed yet. Okay, so this is how the candle looks like. So when I come to the market, this is 2, 3, 4. So this one is going to close around 6. So we are going to be looking for entry around 6 p.m. So when I come to the market, so this is 5:45. Let me see. Okay, price just made a pullback over here. So I want the candle to break within the zone. Then I'll look for a buy. Okay, so at this point, I will be taking a buy. 6:30, I'll take a buy over here. Okay, because at this point, the Asian session candle has closed. This point will be my target. Okay, this point will be my target. Let's see what happened. Okay, so it just hit stop loss. Okay, price is stop loss. So at this point, I'm waiting for, since the candle hasn't closed, I'm waiting for price to come back again to the zone before I'll look for another opportunity. So trading is a game of probabilities. You need to give yourself chances. You get it? You need to give yourself chances. So that's why we have what you call risk manager. You risk a portion of what your account so that you can still play the game. So at this point, if price close within the zone again, I will be looking for a buy. Okay, so the H4 candle is going to close at 9. Okay, so at this point, this is 8:80. The H4 candle hasn't closed. So this point will again be my entry. By my stop loss will be, maybe I'll move to the H4 so that I will get a smaller time frame. Okay, so still, you see the candle still came. So if you don't know what you are doing, you will be chasing and be going for what? A sell. You get it? You will be chasing trade and be going for a sell. But I still stick to my bias. I'm looking for a buy. I'm looking for a buy. So you see, price So the day was very terrible. You see, price tried to move, and what? It just hit the stop loss. So at this point, I will just call it a day because the market is not. It's kind of. But we haven't checked the fundamentals too. What time was this? So 9. You haven't checked the fundamentals too. So at this point, yeah. So this is how the H4 candle closed. So when it closed like this, at this point, I have to readjust my decision. Okay, as in my bias rather. So this is, what time is this? 6 a.m. Okay, this is 6 a.m. The trend is still what? An uptrend. You get it? The trend is still an uptrend. So I'll be looking for a buy when price has broken above this one again. So let's see if price will flip. If price will flip. If it will break within the zone again. So at this point, when price, okay. So you see the buy has now played out. So this one tells you it was a market condition. You get it? It was just a market condition. Still, the bias was valid, but at this point, I will not be taking a buy because I would love price to do something like breakout and pull back. That would be the best way for me to what? Look for a trade. So this is like a breakout. Okay, and I think this one was a breakout. You should have waited for a pullback before you take the trade. So that was a losing trade over there. But even though our analysis bias was still valid as a buy, but price was just making back and forth, it couldn't go to the level. So let's move to another day. So we've gotten like 2 losses. We took 2 losses that day. So let's fast forward price. So this was 2nd March. Okay. So at this point, okay, you see price has now what? Broken within the zone. Okay, price has now broken within the zone. This time, I don't mostly execute during this time. Okay, I don't mostly, because now we are heading towards the Asian session. But let's see how price is going to react, how I would have taken the trade. So this one is going to close. This candle is going to close. This is 2 p.m. candle, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is going to close 6 p.m. But I don't mostly execute during that time. But let's see how price action is going to. So 6 p.m., that's when the price is going to, the H4 candle is going to close. So you see, this one has broken and pulled back. Okay. So this is where, if it is an active market session, this is where like the decision I try taking over here, this is where I will try it again. Okay. I'll take a buy targeting the zone that we were talking about. But I mostly don't execute. So you see how price move very fast. You get it? So it's nearly got to the target and it started. So you see how the price respected the zone. You get it? Price respected the zone. So you need to, when you are executing trade, when you are doing your analysis, taking trades, you need to be confident with what? Your system. Okay, you see, when price stopped me out over here, I didn't change my bias. You get it? I didn't change my bias because I strongly believe, because of the higher time frame direction, I strongly believe that what? Price is still what? An uptrend. So price just disrespected the what? The zone, and what? It just came in again. So it was just market condition doing back and forth, back and forth. You get it? But during this time, pre-Asian session, you see price go to the target. So if you are, let's say it's an active market session and you took a buy over here, this one I would have covered what? All your losses, and you will be back in break even. That's how you need to understand the game. So don't be emotional. Don't try to chase price when it goes against you. You get it? Don't try to chase price when it goes against you. Understand your system. Okay, so let's move on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's not breaking again.
Yes.
Okay, so this one too. What are you saying?
I was saying everything is loud and clear.
So this one to as price has broken out like this, okay, so this one becomes a golden zone or a reactional level. So this one is 22. So this is like Asian session. They are all within the Asian session. So if you are someone who trade the Asian session, this is how you like. I would have, maybe if I was present during the Asian session, this is how I would have executed the trade. Okay, so 22 is going to be like 10. Okay, so this candle is going to close around, yeah, so this is 10 o'clock. So let's see, at this point I'm waiting for price to pull back over here, then I'll go in for what, a buy at the lower time frame. Okay, so this will be the point I'll look for a buy. Okay, my stop loss will be here, targeting this zone. Let's see. So price was just making back and forth on the zone. So at this point, this is the stop loss over here will get hit. So this is where I would have maybe re-entered it again, targeting this zone. So it got to the target exactly. So when price got to this level, it was finding it very difficult. So what time did it move? Okay. So I think during the lending session, you would have gotten this trade. Yeah. You would have gotten this trade during the lending session. So this is 6 a.m. So this is where I would have executed a trade or entered a trade and bring my stop loss over here. Okay. Because note, this was Asian session. This was 3 a.m., 3 a.m., okay, 3 a.m. So this is where the lending session start, pre-lending session start at what? 6 a.m. Okay, so this is where I would have executed. This was, all this consolidation was Asian session. So it's looking like a flag. Okay, so it broke out from the zone, pulled back on the level, and price go to the, but that's not the focus. The focus is what's the direction of the market. Okay, what's the direction of my higher time frame direction. That's what's mostly, that's my focus. You get it? So at this point, that was lending the win. Okay, you see, I was focusing on what? The higher time frame zone. This was the higher time frame clean zone. So those if you want to join the training, I'm going to explain how I get the zones. You get it? How I get the zones. How do I even know that price is an uptrend? Buyers are dominating, sellers are dominating. During the training, I'm going to explain this thing. So if you have not registered yet, do well to book your seats. Okay. So at this point too, this one too was still, the session is still valid. We are still in active session. Okay. We are still in active session. So if you come to the daily, this is a strong daily zone over here. A strong daily zone over here. So at this point, price is an uptrend at the higher time frame. So I'll just be waiting for price to what? Break above this zone. What time is this? 8:45. Let's see. Okay, so price broke out from the zone, but I wouldn't have entered this trade because if I enter over here, price is currently close to this level. So I'm kind of putting myself in a tight condition. So I won't enter the trade. So I'll wait. So now currently price has pulled back. I would love price to maybe, if it will make a retest, okay, like how it did over here. If something of that sort is going to happen over here, I'll be glad and I'll be looking for a buy. If, okay, so this is where I'll be looking for a buy. So at this point, the pullback has happened, but it was a deep pullback. So I would love price to form a bullish candle, then I'll go in for a buy. So you see the bullish candle close on the level. Okay, let me enlarge this one. Wow. So at this point, so it has broken out, pullback, as I was saying. So if price takes the high, I'll be taking a buy. Okay, I'll be taking a buy, place my stop loss below the zone and targeting the next zone. So this is where I'll be in the trade. So price came back again to the stop loss. You get it? So we are going to be looking for another entry again. What time is this? This is 1 p.m. We are heading towards the New York Stock Exchange session. So I'll be looking for price to break above this one. Since we are in volume time, price can go up. Okay. So at this point, I'll be looking for a buy. If it breaks, it takes the high of this one, I'll look for a buy, targeting this one. Okay, so at this point, I'm in the trade. Wow, price has taken me out again. Price has taken me out again. What time is this? So this is, so the lending, the session has expired again. So the session has expired. So you got a trade over here during the lending session. You got a trade over here during the lending session, but the New York was very terrible. So maybe, okay, so at this point, when I lose a trade like this, I have to check if there was high impact news. You get it? If there was a high impact news, it can affect price from moving. You get it? So you need to check those things. But going to check those news is going to, so let's accept it was a loss. So let's move to the high time frame and see. So if you watch the high time frame, you notice that price was still valid within the high time frame zone. So what does it tell you? Maybe it can be a news. Okay, it can be a news. So let's see, maybe if during the Asian session price can break and come back again to the zone. Let's see. So at this point, we are waiting for price to come back again. Okay, so at this point, this is Asian session. You see, it has come back again to the zone. This is Asian session, but this is not the time I mostly execute trade. But if it was an active market session, this is where I'll be looking for a trade again, because price is still within the zone. Price is still within the zone. So at this point, I'm in the trade. So you see, price stopped us out during the New York session. That's why I was saying maybe you get it. At this point, it got to the target. It was still hovering around the zone and finally got to the target, and it even passed. But you see, we are not checking the zones. You get it? Sorry, we are not checking the news. So the news too can be a factor, okay? Because mostly during the New York session, it mostly comes with a lot of news fundamental. So an hour to 30 minutes to the news event, I don't mostly execute trade. You get it? I mostly don't execute trade. I pay attention to the news. So maybe this one, the way we are seeing big candles, this one can be a news candle. Okay, that was March 3rd, 2023. This can be a news candle. Yeah, so this is what I do. I mostly check the target. So let's check this one too. Okay, this one too is what do you call it? This is Asian session. So let's fast forward price. What time is this? 2. So we are heading towards the New York session. Can you hear me? Are you people with me? Yeah. Are you people with me? All right.
Yeah, we're with you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so what time is it? This is 2. Okay, this is 2. Let me check the daily, if you had the daily zone. So there was no daily zone. There's no weekly zone. So I think price can move freely towards the next target. So at this point, these are the levels I'm going to be looking for my trade on. So let's move to H1 and see. Okay, you still have some zone. What's the zone over here? What's the pip range? So 35 is not that big. This is 530. So we are heading towards the New York lending session. So at this point, I'm waiting for price to. This zone is what you call no trade zone. Why no trade zone? Because we have a lot of reactional levels, okay? And the zones are very tight. So all these levels, area here, I call it no trade zone. Unless price has broken. So anything happening over here is not my concern. I want price to break above this one. Then what I'll be looking for price to what? This is an impulsive move. I want price to just take a breath or a price to breathe. Then what? I will join the move again. Because those who took buy over here, when price gets to this point, this is where some of them are going to sell. So as some of them are selling, if price pull back in trading, you call something buy the dip and sell the tip. Okay, so if price dip, this is where I'm going to be looking for what? A buy, not when price is moving. So that is what I'll be looking forward for. So let's see. So price has now broken up. Oh, this was very fast. Price has now broken up. What's happening? So this is where price was. So price has now broken out. So I will not love to join this move. I would love price to pull back. Okay, because trading when price is impulsive moving up is very deadly. So wait for price to pull back, then I'll execute. That's what I'll be looking forward for. So it was very fast, and the pullback too wasn't something we can go in for. Okay, so at this point, let's check because we are heading towards 9 a.m. A new H4 candle is forming. Let's see how it formed. Okay, so you see now the structure has support. Okay, structure has support. So I'm still opting for what? A buy. Okay, I'm still opting for a buy, but it still have to come to the zone before I'll be looking for a buy. But there was a correction trade over here, a counter trend trade over here. Okay, those who have joined my training, I mostly talk about complex structure. So this is like complex structure because the high hasn't been taken. This high hasn't been taken. Okay, so this is like a complex structure. Price can come over here before it will move up. Okay, but since you people are not, I think it's not advisable to be taking a counter trend trade. So let's still be looking for what? A buy, but you can still find opportunity and go for a sell, but it's against the main trend. Okay, so let's still be looking forward for what? A buy. So let's see, what time is this? So this is 8:30. So we are heading towards the New York session. So we have like 3 minutes for us to end the session. So you see, as the sell that I talk about, but even with the sell, there was no entry. Okay, there was no entry. You see, price reacted on the zone. Price reacted on the zone before moving up. What time is this? So a new H4 candle has formed because mostly its H4 candle forms at what? Maybe 1 p.m. 1 p.m. has come. So this is how the H4 candle formed. So that day, I would just assume there was no trade. Okay, there was no trade. This was supposed to be our trade, but it moved very fast. Entering or taking trades like that is kind of very risky. We need to wait for a pullback. That is the best way to go. Okay, so you see this one, as it closed like this, it's pulled back. Okay, before price started moving out. So something of that sort, something like what happened over here is what I was looking forward for it to happen here. So price to pull back before I will go for a buy. So that was it. So let's fast forward price and see the next day. What day is this? Okay. It's still an uptrend. Okay, it's still an uptrend. So now another candle is forming, another session is coming. So at this point, I would love. This is how price is looking like. Okay, this is how price is looking like. So I'm still in for what a buy, but there was reactional level over here. So I would love price to maybe break above this one, pull back. Let's see how the H1 candle is going to look like. So 6 a.m. Okay, price rejected. Let's see, 9 a.m. Okay, so it was very quick. It was very quick. So let's fast forward price. So this is how it formed. So I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to enter because my trend tells me the trend is what? An uptrend. So I was looking for a buy, not a sell. You get it? I was looking for a buy, not a sell. So let's fast forward price. So it's still during the New York session, the sell was still, sellers were still dominating. So I think that day too, unless maybe I was aggressive to be looking for a sell, the way price was moving, you get it? The way price was moving. As I told you, I have a way of entering counter trend trades. Okay, I have a way of entering counter trend trades, but that is not advisable for a beginner. So you have to trade with the trend. That's the way. So let's fast forward price and see the following day. This is Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday too, price was still moving very fast. Okay, so let's see. As price was moving like this, so this is where the trend was still, wow, this would have been tough. The trend was still, so this is where we had a shift in trend. There was a shift in trend over here. All these ones were just counter trend. So the moment the candle closed, that's when what? At this point, the trend shifted to what? A downtrend. Okay, but what time is this? When the candle closed, at that time there was no active market session. But if there was active market session, like if we are in active market session, I would have taken a sell over here, targeting the next zone. Okay, but the session, like asking, there was no volume during that time, so I wouldn't have going for a sell. Okay, so I would have waited for a pullback, price to pull back on this level, then I'll go in for what? A sell. Let's see if something of that sort happened, or price just moved very fast to the zone. So there was no entry. You see how it was moving? There was no entry during that time. Okay, even though you were looking for a pullback, but the pullback never happened. Price was moving very fast, so there was no entry for us. You see, when it comes to the market, identifying the direction is very easy. You get it? Identifying the direction of the market is very easy and simple, that everyone can do it. But getting the entry is the toughest one. So at this point, let's see the following day. So all this sell was kind of very chaotic. We couldn't get advantage of entering this one. Let me clear everything. My chart is kind of. So at this point, the trend is still a downtrend. You get me? The trend is still a downtrend. Let me see the daily. So the daily created this zone over here. There was a daily zone. Let's move to H4. So if you move to H4, the trend is still what? A downtrend. You get it? The trend is still a downtrend. So this is where the trend is still a downtrend. It's going to shift to an uptrend only when, what time is this? So we are still not in active market session. You are still not in lending session. So still not. So at this point, the moment this one, this price or this candle took or maybe broke above this one, the trend shifted towards an uptrend. But what time is this? 6. Okay. So I think we can be looking for what? A buy. At this point, you can be looking for a buy. if you are using the high time frame to take a trade over here, this is the high of the candle. So for us to know that the trend or candle structure has shifted to an uptrend, it should take the high of this one. But if it takes the high of this one, you get it. If it takes the high of this one, it's going to take, as in our stop loss is going to be very wide. Our stop loss is going to be very wide. Considering the intervals from here to here, our stop loss is going to be very wide. So you need to move to, so that's why we move to the lower time frame, for us to see, or for us to get a smaller stop loss. You need to consider your risks because it's a probability game. You get it. It can be a win, it can be a loss too as well. So this is 9 a.m. Okay, so let's see how. So at this point, I would love price to come back to the zone before I will look forward a buy. So if it's still moving up, I couldn't get a trade. So now the high has been taken. I would love price to come back again to this level. Is it going to? Okay, wow. So this is where I would have taken the trade. You see, it came to this level. That was I made it very far. You see, it came to the level. Okay. What time was this? So we are in what? 1:15 p.m. That was New York Stock Exchange session. So this is where I would have executed a trade. You get it? Because as I was saying, I wanted price to what? As it was around this, I said I wanted price to come to the level. So you see, it just came left or gave us an exhaustion candle. It tells you that what sellers are losing control. Exhaustion candle means what? Lower exhaustion candle means what? Sellers are losing control, buyers are in control. So this is where price has now broken and pulled back. So when it takes the high of this one, okay, so since we are in volume time, volume market is going to move very fast, or we are going to be having volume in the market. So when it was very fast, okay, so this is where I would have taken the buy over here. So as I told you, I'll be looking for a buy. Price came to our golden zone exactly, then what it just moved over here. So I think I've done enough and you've gotten some knowledge over here. We took some losses, we took some wins, but I think our risk reward, okay, our risk reward made us to come on top. We should have, next time we are going to be taking records of the losses and our risk to rewards too as well. I think this is where I will end the session.
My question is, like, when you're about to go short or longer, like when you place your short, your long, when you take the long, how is it automatically going to start when it starts at how are you going to set it? Like I'm quite confused about setting your long. Like when the price break there, it will automatically pick you and you'll be in the trade.
How are you going to set it?
Yeah, set your buy limit or those stuff. Yeah, I'm finding it quite difficult.
We have instant execution. We have instant execution. So, or maybe you set your buy stop and so that one you do it at your MT5. You do it at using your MT5.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are going to take the price from this side. So with this buy like this, I'll take the price from this side. So the price was 1818.432. So when you go to MT5, you are just going to input. You are going to input it over there. 1818. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So when it comes to trade execution, you are going to be doing it at your MT5.
Okay.
The template you can share with us on trading plan or trading systems.
A trading plan. Are you talking of trading plan?
Yes, you just mentioned something about you should have a trading system and trading plan. So I think a plan should consist of a system and the rest of it.
Yeah. So a plan consists of your strategy, your money management. How much are you going to risk per trade? You see, as I showed, as we were doing the back testing, we have some losses, we have some wins. So you need to factor into consideration. Losses can happen. When losses happen, are you going to lose the whole of your account, or you are going to lose a percentage of your account? So you don't have to. When a loss, sometimes the losses can start early of the week. Okay, early the week, the losses are going to start coming. But if it starts coming, can you be able to play? You need to manage your money in a way that you can still be playing the game. That's what you call risk management, money management. You manage your money well so that when the wins or the market starts being in your favor, you can play it again. You get it? You can play it again. That's what I'm talking about. So with a trading plan, you need to have a strategy. So the strategy, my strategy is what I was doing for you. I look at my directional bias, wait for price to come to my zone. I will execute. That's my trading strategy. When it comes to my risk management, or when it comes to the amount I'm going to risk on a trade, maybe with account size, maybe I'm risking 1%, I'm risking 2%, I'm risking 3%. Number of trades that I'm taking within a day, maybe 2 losses on a day, I'll just call it a day because it's going to affect my psychology. Taking multiple losses on a day is going to affect your psychology. So you need to make sure you are not being in the trade. That is subjective though. But for me, if I take like more than 2, I will just notice that this market today, the market is not in my favor now. So I have to go and come again tomorrow. You get it? So you need to have all these plans, lay down plans in your trading system, your trading plan. You get it? You need to have all these things in your trading plan. So majorly the trading plan consists of your system, your risk management, and the mindset you need to have. So if you are losing trades and you have a system that you have traded for long, you just have it in mind that the trading is a game of probability. Maybe the probability is not in your favor at this point. You get it? Don't just be saying I'm going to look for another trading system, like, because we having tons, a lot of ways. We having millions of ways you can be making money from the market. Just find one, stick to it, make sure it's working for you. You get it? Don't be moving around. If you move around, your journey is going to be very long. That's how it works. If you move around, your journey is going to be very long. So you need to stick to one particular thing that you know that it works. You have backtested it. The person using it, it's working for the person. Then you stick to that. You get it? You don't have to be moving around. A lot of people are not seeing progress because they are doing a lot and they are not confident in what their system or strategy. So stick to one particular thing, trade it for a very long time. Then what? That is what the confidence is going to come. You get it? That's what the confidence is going to come. You get, so when it comes to my trading strategies, those who have followed me for long, it's just only some small tweaks that I've made in my system. Okay, maybe now that I'm trading maybe gold now, I move to the lower time frame most often. But when I was trading currencies, I was mostly on the higher time frame. But I look for my directional bias and everything on the higher time frame. Okay, I look for them at the higher time frame. My breakouts, I wait for when it comes to breakouts, when it comes to pullbacks. I look for them at the H4 time frame. This is this is what I'm watching. Okay, I watch here, then I will execute on the lower time frame. So my system has been the same: market structure and support and resistance. This is majorly how my system works. Market structure helps me to know the direction of the market, and support and resistances. Okay, support and resistances help me to where that is where I mostly execute the trades on. You get it? So this is basically my system. You get it? So that's what I do. So that's my system. So you need to also have a system. Okay. So those who want to learn how I trade, you can join the upcoming training too as well. Any question again? Any question again?
Well, thank you so much. That will be all from my own side, sir.
Okay, I'm still with you, so keep on following. If you have any question, you write it down. Weekends, when you start the training, when we start the sessions like this, you come out and you ask your questions. Any question? All right, so if no one is having a question, so see you. Maybe it can be next week. But if you have anything, if you want to DM me, ask me any questions, you can feel free and do. Okay, you can feel free and ask me a question. All right, so see you next week. Bye bye to you all. Thank you all for joining today's class, making it engaging. You get it? Without you, the class wouldn't have been engaging like that. So we come around, share ideas. We come around for us to know each and everyone's mind, what's happening. You get it? So it's nice you coming around. You get it. At least you've learned something here. Okay, so you can add it to your trading system too as well. So you need to try and be showing up anytime that I call. You get it. And with time, give yourself time. I always say trading, when it comes to trading is very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. If you are coming to this game, trading with the online this thing, online making way of making money, the hardest one is trading, either cryptocurrency, trading the stock market. It is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. If you are not tough-minded, you will give up. It needs a lot of time watching the charts. You get it. Trading is very tough, but if it clicks for you, the amount you are going to be making, those who were in other industries that is working for them, the money that you are going to get is going to surpass their money. That's what you need to understand. Because it's very hard to grasp, that is why the reward too is very big. So keep going. You get it. No matter what. For me, I've told myself, I'm doing trading till either I die or it is banned in the world. So these two options. So tell me, if I'm having these two options, what is going to discourage me from stopping? It's either I'm doing till I die or what? It is being banned. Either from my country or from the world, you are not going to be having access. These are my two options. Imagine. So I'm trying my best to make it like for everything to. I'm trying my best to reach the top. You get it? I know there's nothing like reaching the top when it comes to trade. There's no perfection, but I'm trying my best to be the best version of myself. That's what you need to understand. So if you are a weak-minded person, if you are someone who wants instant gratification, wants things to happen like within a week, then trading is not for you. Trading is a serious game. It takes time. You get it? So don't be discouraged. Keep on going. I don't know. I don't know. Like for you too, you have been seeing new things anytime you come to the market. Have you been learning new things anytime you are watching the market? If you are very observant, you notice that your trading skills keep on improving anytime or every day you come to the market, or like at the end of every trading day, your trading skill changes as it improves. Let me put it this way: your trading skill improve at the end of every trading session. For me, that's what happens to me because I'm seriously learning this thing. I'm seriously observing the chart every day, so I kind of see new things. That's why I come around to share it with you. You get it? I kind of see new things. The market is the teacher. It's going to teach you new things every day. So that's what you need to understand. You get it? That's what you need to understand. So don't get discouraged if things are not working in your favor. That's why I always preach or I always encourage people. If you are starting out this thing, okay, have long-term goal, have long-term vision for this thing. Don't go in big at the initial stage. That is why a lot of people give up. Don't go in big at the initial stage. Start small. Okay, even if start demo with the goal, with the aim of getting the skill. You get, but if you go in big at the initial stage and you lose everything, you get discouraged. Have goal. If you take every trading day, take note. What did you learn today? What did you see? What are the new things that you discovered when it comes to your plan? Keep taking notes. Repeat the same thing. Repeat the same thing. Repeat. Take notes. What is working? Ignore what is not working. Take with you what is working. Okay, repeat it. Keep on removing some. Okay, repeat. You will just like, it will be like overnight success. One day you will just be there and things are beginning to make sense to you. You get it. Things are going to begin to make sense to you. So that's what you need to take trading. It takes time. Don't go in big. If you don't have a system, if you don't have a track record, don't go in big. It should be your learning phase. Even if it's going to take you a decade to learn, it is better. And the rest of the years are going to be freedom. You are going to be traveling around. You are just going to be having the freedom. You get it. That's what you need to understand about this game. Enough